What's up guys? On today's video we are doing a full detail tutorial on this. I believe it's like a 22-foot tracker Tahoe boat. It has some good oxidation, some decent oxidations. Let's go ahead and jump into the boat, take a look at what we're gonna do. We do have some carpet cleaning on this one, which will be cool. I'm not used to doing boats with carpet, and then this is actually my first time actually seeing it, so all of this is new. We do have some oxidation that's pretty heavily on this, but I'm gonna try to do it without wet sanding. She just wants the boat to have a nice shine, but I also want to make sure the boat is not gonna have oxidation come right back the moment we leave. So this is gonna be a perfect boat that 99.99% of you guys out there will be doing these types of details and these types of boats. So let's go ahead and hop right to it. Guys, like always, if you get any value out of this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification so every time I make a video, it will pop up. And like always, all of the products that we talk about in this video will be in the description section down below. If you click those links and purchase those products, they do go to support me, my family, and the channel. So I appreciate you guys for that. So here's our boat that we're working on. As you can see, it's got some oxidation. This is more of fading, so as you could tell, it's actually pretty glossy down the boat, but if you look into the gel coat, it's actually pretty oxidized and faded. So this is kind of what we would call more actual pigment fading, not necessarily a true oxidation, which it is, but as you can tell, it's kind of glossy on an angle. You know, that's why angles lie, guys. So if you guys taking your little angle shots, you know, it looks really glossy, but when you look into it, you can see the oxidation. So we're gonna try to get away without sanding, but we may have to, so I will have to do a test spot. This is the outside of our boat. She is relatively oxidized and actually very dirty too. So we're gonna give it a really good bath. All the windows are gonna get a water spot treatment. All the metal is gonna get a water spot treatment. We're gonna get all this all cleaned up. The non-skid back here is real dirty. Check out on this side. You can see that oxidation again down here. On the inside of the boat here, we do have our carpet. That's gonna need a good amount of carpet cleaning that we'll go over. Seat cleaning, bunch of seat cleaning. This is basically just gonna be a basic full detail on a boat that's relatively dirty. So it'll be kind of a fun project to tackle. We're gonna get all this in here all buffed out real nice. Yeah, pretty straightforward detail. So why don't we just go ahead and hop right to it. We're gonna try a bunch of different Shine Supply products today, which will be fun. I'm gonna try those out, kind of give you guys some opinions, and we're just gonna roll today and just do this boat together. First thing I'm gonna do before I do anything is I'm gonna do my test spot just to really make sure what we gotta do, all right? So I don't actually, so in this case, like the boat's super dirty, I'm gonna actually skip that just for right now, and I'm gonna go ahead, clean a little section off and do my test spot, just so I know kind of what to expect as far as what I need to do the buff. And then once that's done, then we're gonna go and wash and do everything and just start our project. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is just go ahead and do my test spot. All right, so we did chop top. Guys, 99.99% of you would be totally cool with this. That is one step. So we went from super oxidized to super not oxidized. But because I'm a perfectionist, let me see if I can get this on camera. All right, so we got Oxidation City, all right, down. And we got one step of chop top, which looks great, but there's a little bit of haze. Where's it at? Right here. Right here, there's a little bit of haze that you can't really see on camera, because I mean that does look like really good. So look at the difference right here. Got me laying down. But right here in the center is a little bit of haze. Overall, that looks phenomenal, okay? But it's just not my standard, because I think there's a little bit of haze in here. So what I'm gonna do is we use chop top on a white wool 1.25 pile height. And honestly, it looked great for as oxidized as that is. That looks pretty good. But I'm gonna do another spot with heavy cut with a little chop top. So I'm gonna mix it and see if that's actually gonna do a better trick, so we don't have to do the sanding. All right, guys, so we are finished up with our test spot. Let's take a look at it. This is what we are gonna go with in today's video. So I got the light on it so you can actually see the quality. There's a little bit of hairline stuff in there, but dude, this is perfect for a simple 3-step. And as you could tell, what I just did is I used heavy cut and chop top together on my wool pad. I mixed the two. That gave me a good finishing and a really good heavy cut. And then we did slick back with clutch. And this is gonna be our protective layer. I'm gonna talk more about this more in the video later about why these two are gonna be great together. But as you can see, this right here is our test spot. We went from this to this. Let's go. Dude, why is this thing so zoomed in right now? Oh, that's why, because it's zoomed in. Now it's time to wash the boat. My system usually is, we're gonna give this thing a nice wash down. We're not gonna make it perfect because when you're buffing these boats, you're gonna create dust. You're gonna be in and out the boat, cleaning it, washing it. So we're not gonna get it perfectly detailed. The only thing I'm really do on this first wash is just to get off the dirt. Like, this boat literally has, you know, dirt on it. So give it a nice wash inside out. We're gonna kind of clean out the compartments, you know, just get the whole boat cleaned. We're gonna do all of our buffing, and then once all the buffing's done, we're gonna re-detail it and get it absolutely perfect to deliver it to the customer. So right now, you just wanna wash it just enough to get the salt, dirt, whatever might be on the boat off before you do your cutting. Let's go. All right, guys, so first things first is get everything out of the compartments, get the seats off, and then we're just gonna do a really deep clean. This isn't a perfection clean. I'm not looking to get everything absolutely perfect because when you start the compound, it's gonna make a mess. All we're doing is wanting to get off any dirt, any salt, and this is where you would probably wanna get your orange scum line off the bottom of the boat if you do have an orange scum line, which this boat did not. All we did was use a little bit of super clean with Dawn dishwashing soap to get this wash done. We are finished with our wash. Gerald's finishing up the seats right now. Now we're just gonna give it a quick dry and start buffing. The way we're gonna do this is I'm going to do the rotary and the chop top with the heavy cut mix, and I'm gonna have Gerald do the polisher, and we're just gonna chase each other around the boat. I think I might actually just start on the tow rail up here and work my way around, and then we're gonna do the hull and work our way around, and we're literally just gonna chase each other all day. Let's get to it. As you can see right here, we're mixing the chop top with the heavy cut. Basically, all we did was I did a 50-50 mixture, shook it up really, really good. I really filled it up to about 50-50 with the heavy cut and the chop top. Now, let me go ahead and explain why I did the mixture, okay? Because I know some of you might be thinking, well, dang, now I gotta buy 2 products. Now, the real reason why I did the mixture was because the heavy cut is not a diminishing abrasive, but it is an extremely heavy cut compound. So it will really dig. And I've done a test spot on another boat, not this boat, but the test spot that I did, I mean, it swirled it up really good, which is good. It cut out a lot of oxidation. Honestly, it cut out oxidation just like 1,000 sanding may have cut out. So I was really impressed with its cutting abilities. It did not finish down well so that we could finish it in 2 steps. So what I did was I added the chop top, which is a heavy cut diminishing abrasive. So when we sped up the heat towards the end, we had the really heavy cut from the heavy cut, and then the chop top came in at the end that broke it down into a polish, which really finished out the swirls, so that then Gerald could come right behind me with the slick back and the orange foam pad to finish it out in 2 steps. So guys, we literally did this entire boat with 2 steps. Is the boat absolutely flawless? No. And to get this boat absolutely flawless, it will 100% require sanding. So I know some of you guys may be a little bit confused to go, hey man, all your other boats were, you know, you said sand, and now on this one you're just doing a 2-step, and it looks great. And it does look great. It looks absolutely phenomenal for what the boat is, and the customer's just trying to sell it, but it isn't 100% perfect. There was just a little bit of like, not really hazing or oxidation coming back, but you could just tell the clarity wasn't there. And that is where sanding comes in. So if you are wanting to get these boats absolutely perfect and you're wanting that nice, beautiful, perfect glass-like finish, you will want to sand. But if the customer is just wanting to sell their boat like they are in this process, or if they just want a really good shine and they have some pretty oxidation, this is going to be the steps that you want to take. Now we're gonna move into the actual detailing process. All this is, guys, is super clean, and I have some Max Shine detail brushes, real nice detail brushes, and I'm just going over all the cup holders, all the dashboard, you know, just everything to get the boat absolutely detailed. You have to be very careful with these pressure washers as well to not really get all the electronics soaked. As you can see here on the seat cushions, we have our detail brush with the super clean. This is kind of a new thing that I've been trying, and I've actually been really liking it. I do not run the brush on like super fast speeds, but you'll notice when you put the super clean on the seat and you take that drill detail brush, it scrubs the living heck out of the seats in like 0 time. So I would definitely recommend you guys do that, maybe even over the brush on the seats. Now, if it's brand new seats or maybe they're super delicate, I wouldn't do the detail brush on the drill because it can tear them up. But in this case, the seats are in pretty good shape and it cleaned them right up. I honestly didn't even need the use of magic erasers. That was kind of one of the best parts. There's a few other places that I did not actually film. I did do inside of the motor hatch. So when you lift up the engine in the back, I did clean all inside the little engine compartment back there. I did not get that on camera, unfortunately. But as you can tell too, we also cleaned out all of the compartments. We shot back them, we wipe them down, and we get them spotless clean. Now we're about to hop into the carpet. All I did, guys, is I put the carpet cleaner shampoo that Shine Supply offers. You can use pretty much any carpet cleaner you want. Go to Home Depot, get carpet cleaner. It doesn't really matter. I feel like carpet cleaners are all kind of created equal. This boat wasn't necessarily perfect. There were some rips and stuff in the carpet as well. So just go ahead, put the carpet cleaner down, get your detailed drill brush, run it on full blast, go nice and slow, fluff up that carpet. And then all you have to do after that is just take your shop vac and suck up all the moisture. You're not going to get all of the water out of the carpet, which is fine. This carpet is actually designed to get a little wet. Just let it dry in the sun, and with the fresh air in the sun, it won't smell like mold or mildew or anything like that because it will dry eventually. So just get as much of the water out as you possibly can with your wet and your dry vac, and let the rest air dry. As far as the windows, we did WSP water spot remover by Underdog, and then we topped it off with Ignition waterless wash. You don't necessarily have to use the waterless wash on the windows, but it helped to get the residue of the water spot remover off, and it just left a really nice shine. And we did the exact same thing on the metal. After that, I then hopped into the inside and finished off the inside panels. The inside panels on this boat were actually not bad at all. So all I did was the slick back with the orange pad. I polished it in on that 3 to 4 speed setting and really worked in this product. Guys, I was really happy with the slick back. It really had a decent amount of cutting ability, and it left a crazy amount of shine. Plus, it has the SiO2 in it. So the SiO2 is actually a protective layer. And then we topped it with Clutch. Now, Clutch is a very, very, very strong SiO2 spray. It's basically a ceramic coating in a spray bottle, okay? Now, it's not gonna last as long as a traditional ceramic coating, but it should last around 2 to 3 months. So between the slick back layer that we did the polishing with the SiO2 and the Clutch, you should roughly get around 3 to 4 months, which is a normal wax job. Instead of doing a polishing and then a wax, all we did was we used the polish to really get a nicer, heavier cut polish. You know, it's something with protective layer in it, and then we topped it off with the Clutch, which will protect it, and it gave it an absolutely amazing shine. As for the seats, they were already clean, so we just used Shine Supply Sun Setter on the seat cushions it did a really nice job of just re-softening them and giving it a nice protective layer. As for the outside, we just did the same thing. Remember earlier, Gerald did all of the slick back on the exterior of the boat. So now, after we washed it with a light Dawn wash just to remove any oils and stuff, the SiO2 actually really performed well. We went ahead and just topped it right off with Shine Supply Clutch on the entire exterior. With the Shine Supply Clutch, you really want to spray a nice thick coat, apply it, wait about 45 seconds, and then come back with extra rags and wipe off the residue. There will be a residue behind when you wipe it off, and that is on purpose. It's because it's like a ceramic coating. So you're going to basically apply clutch, wait about 30 to 40 seconds, and then come back with dry rags and buff off all of the exterior residue. And then that shine was just absolutely amazing. And then after that, guys, we are 100% finished with this boat. Well guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had roughly about 8 working hours on this. We did take a lunch break, and then I did come back for the second day to finish up. Overall, this took us about 8 hours to complete. A little bit of an underbid. I probably should have charged around 1,500 bucks for something like this, but I only charged about 1,000 because I needed the work. And but overall, I'm super happy with it. I am extremely happy with the Shine Supply stuff that I bought. One of the standout products was the clutch was super good. As far as protecting it, the slick back, that was really nice because on the inside she polished it with the slick back, which has an SiO2 in it, and then we topped it off with another SiO2, so she should get a couple months of protection. But honestly, they just wanted this boat cleaned up to sell it, and now this boat is ready to be sold. It honestly doesn't even look like the same boat. I mean, that is absolutely incredible. So guys, definitely recommend the Shine Supply stuff. I'm actually not even really affiliated with them yet or selling their products yet. So, but that's just how much I liked it. So, with all that said, guys, if you got any value out of this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification, so every time I make a video, it will pop up. And I will see you guys on my next video. Let's go.